Hello there, and welcome to the Endava Insurance Vodcast series. Today's subject is insurance trends. With me I have Dan Robertson and Robert Anderson, and we'll get straight into it. Dan, what kind of trends do you see in the market currently?
So I'm going to go first with data-driven insurance. Now, I absolutely agree that insurance has always been data-driven. Actuaries wouldn't have a lot to do unless they had data to work with. But here we're forward-looking and we're looking at what's going to come next. So prediction, prevention and personalisation are the three trends that are being driven by the availability of data. 3 Ps, easy to remember. So prediction is all about using that data to try and predict when bad things are going to happen, and then use that to build propositions around prevention. So instead of being reactive after a claim event, with prediction and prevention, you can actually stop bad stuff happening for customers. An example there might be in the realms of flood risk. So you can proactively warn a customer if their home is likely to flood, and they can take preventative action. Personalisation is the other area, our 3rd P, and that's where more and more with the availability of data, particularly external data, and with changing customer expectations from the outside world, like Amazon, it's no longer good enough to have a generic customer journey. Those journeys need to be personalised, they need to be relevant, and they need to be tailored to individual customer needs. So they're the 3 Ps: prediction, prevention, personalisation, all about data-driven insurance.
Thanks, Dan. Robert, buy versus build. Talk to me.
Yeah, but one of the questions I'm often asked these days is whether or not they should buy an insurance platform or build their own from scratch. And I see this as the logical fallacy known as the pulse dichotomy. And what that means is you're presented with 2 choices and you're given the false impression that these are the only 2 choices. When in actuality, the answer is somewhere in between, where what we're seeing is that insurance companies are both buying a platform and then building to enhance it. So basically they'll implement a big insurance platform, and that will do about 80 or 90% of the features or capabilities out of the box, but there's that extra 10 or 20% that it just can't meet, and that's where you want to build, and that's where Endava has been helping a lot of insurance companies today.
That hybrid mentality really enables insurance companies to leapfrog their competition, but continue to bring in those effective solutions that their competitors might be using. I always think that competitive advantage within the hybrid version is a key, a unique identifier for our clients, and something that we've done terrifically well within travel insurance world, with the specialty markets as well. So how does that relate to what the customer expects? One of the things we've been talking about internally is about, 5 years ago, that idea of customer centricity just wasn't as important as it is now, and how it dominates the way in which we think about strategic insurance products and insurance strategies as a whole. Talk to me, Dan, about customer centricity and how it has been the expectations from the end user that has influenced what we are now designing down at a strategy and product level.
So I touched on personalisation earlier. So if you take that, that's all about making journeys as relevant and tailored to customers as possible. But customers' expectations are changing all the time, and they're driven not really by what's happening in insurance, more by what's happening in the outside world. So my expectations of a slick customer journey are driven by my one-click Amazon purchase,
right,
not by any other insurance website. And I think looking forward, we've seen disruption. We've seen the web arrive. We've seen apps kind of take over, and mobile come. For me, the next big trend will be virtual reality, the metaverse, or that hybrid of augmented reality and virtual reality. And again, I don't think that's going to be driven by insurance, but I think very quickly things like virtual reality will start to be a mainstream way of accessing content and interacting with people, and insurance will have to follow. Insurance is all about claims, that promise to pay. Let's bring that to life with augmented reality. I think, as a home insurance customer, be able to walk around my house with my smartphone, and as I walk around, it scans the content, uses augmented reality to point them out to me, and I should be able to build a policy by doing that. I should be able to point my smartphone at my car after I've had an accident, and I should be able to immediately see the assessment of that damage and get a proposal back as to what happens next. I think all of that is possible. The technology is there, and I think the kind of the new ways of accessing that over the next 2, 3, 4 years are really going to be quite different to where they are now.
I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you very much, guys. Well, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you for tuning in. Please get in touch with us with any points that we might have said, and please read the Insurance Trends Report, which is coming out soon. Thank you.